Often when I'm helping nonprofit fundraisers with their communications, I usually find that they're missing one piece, my favorite piece. And usually this communication piece is one of my most powerful pieces in my communications with my donors. And I'm going to share this communication tool and how you use it step by step, as I've used it for about 25 years, and it's really pushed me to the next level. Yet I'm often surprised at how many fundraisers don't actually use it. It's amazing. Yet in this video, I'm going to show you how to use it and why to use it, step by step. Yet, like with many of the other tools and techniques I've shared with you in the past, it's a little counterintuitive. However, over the last 25 years, it's worked time and time again. And I'm going to share this with you in this video, step by step. However, full disclosure here, this is not a direct way to raise money. It's designed to complement your other communication tools. And the best part about this communication tool is many of your donors will feel intimately connected to your nonprofit because you're communicating with them on a regular basis with information they want to receive. However, it's minimum effort on your part with maximum results. And as many of you know, I've been raising funds for about 25 years. And this particular communication tool has been extremely important to the success of my career and the nonprofits that I've worked for. Like with most of my tools and techniques, this one's quite easy to produce and quite a bit of fun. And at the end of this, you're going to say, is that all I have to do? And the answer is yes, that's all you have to do. Hi, my name is Paul Hosh, and I want to welcome you to my channel. And my mission here is to make this world a better place, one nonprofit at a time. And if you find this video helpful, you can help me make the world a better place by liking it, subscribing to it, and ringing the bell. And finally, sharing this video with some fundraisers that you know that this might help. And if you'd like the notes to this video, please check below. I will have a link that you can send an email to, and I will send you the notes, because often the notes are more helpful than the videos are. So please subscribe and enjoy. This is how this video is going to go down. First, I'm going to explain to you what my favorite communication tool is and why it's so effective. Two, I'm going to explain what the logistics are and the little tactics that you need behind it to make sure that it works. Three, I'm going to show you how to deepen your relationships with this communication tool and how you deepen it in two ways. Four, I'm going to explain to you how you grow this tool to all of your donors instead of a select few. And then five, I'm going to throw a case study at you so you can kind of see how this communication tool works. You with me? Let's do this. Now, I'm sure you're chomping at the bits. You're saying, what is it? What is this tool? Well, my favorite communication tool with a large number of our donors is, wait for it, the monthly mailer. And after 25 years of being in the industry, the monthly mailer is by far the most powerful communication tool that I use, as well as far-reaching. Okay, now that I've puffed up the monthly mailer, you're probably saying, well, what is this fantastic tool? What actually is it? Well, it's a personal note sent to your donors. At least it feels like that. It's sent out on a letterhead that says, from the desk of. And in there will be one story, one photograph of the subject, one quote from the subject, and there will be a last paragraph in there that says something to the effect, if it were not for the support of you, Mr. Donor, this would not be possible. So thank you for believing in the mission of our organization, and we really appreciate your support. And one way to really make a mess of your monthly mailer, to blow it, is to include a remittance envelope. This is not a request. This is an indirect thank you for the support from the donor. You're talking about a success of the organization. And at the bottom, you're saying, without your support, this would not have been possible. So thank you. Why would you include an envelope in that? It sounds sort of double-handed a little bit. You don't do that. You're thanking the donors for their support. There's plenty of time to send them a direct mail piece. This is not one of those pieces. And sometimes when you blow it up and you are sending this to all of your donors, many times when you go to mailing houses or printers, they want to include a remittance letter or envelope, and you're going to have to fight with them a little bit. You're like, no, we're not including an envelope here. This is not what this piece is for. And as I said to you, many people don't understand what a monthly mailer is for. So do not include a remittance envelope in your monthly mailer. An envelope actually defeats the purpose. Now, why, you're probably wondering, do monthly mailers work? One is often donors don't receive a thank you sort of out of the blue. They normally receive a direct mail piece. So you're sending a piece that's different than most other organizations. And then also you're showing them that your organization is successful. And you're saying we're successful because of the support for donors like you. So they feel like they're a part of a cause. You're also sending it to them with their name on it. And it says from the desk of Paul Hosh, or from the desk of your name, and that's going directly, so it feels intimate. So it feels like they're receiving a personal note about a success from the organization, and it wouldn't happen if it wasn't for them. They just feel really good about it. And the power of the monthly mailer is when they receive your phone calls, they take your call because they know you. Often I will be at an event and someone will come up to me and they will say, hey, I got your letter in the mail and I really liked it. And I have to think, I'm like, what are they talking about? And then I'm like, oh, it's the monthly mailer. And the monthly mailer is generated by my office. It's not necessarily written by me. Of course, I see the final. So sometimes I forget about the monthly mailer because I used to write them, but now, we have a larger staff. And so when they come up to me and ask me or tell me that, oh, I really liked your note, it throws me off a little bit. But that's the power of the monthly mailer. And as you can see, it deepens the relationship of a broader group of donors. And that's the one way. I said that there's two ways of deepening the relationship. So the one way is you're thanking them for their support. The second way is often I will interview some of the donors to be a part of the monthly mailer. So say if a donor is interested in supporting a STEM program and they've given support of the program, they helped design the program, and I want to acknowledge them. And so I'll get the donor's permission. I'll say, hey, I would love to do a little monthly mailer on you. And so the other donors know what's possible. And we'll sit down, I'll interview them. It's usually really awesome. They're feeling pretty good about it. We send it out and donors are feeling really good about it because, it's another thank you to them. And it double deepens the relationship with your donors. One, they're receiving it, and two, often they can be the subject of the monthly mailer. Now, the other challenge of the monthly mailer is being able to send it to all your donors. Many nonprofits are small and they don't have the staff or the resources to hire a print house to send it to 500 donors or 1,000 donors, and they don't have the time to stuff envelopes, write it in stuff envelopes. So when we first started with the monthly mailer, we sent it to our top donors, anybody that gave $10,000 above. And then, but what we did was we tracked those numbers. And so when we showed the growth of those donors, indirectly and directly because of the monthly mailer, we were able to go to our president or our finance person and say, look, this is actually bringing in revenue. This is based off of all we've done is added this, and you can see that now donors are giving more money. And so if we sent this to more donors, we would get more money. So that was our argument. So, and what we were going to do with that extra money was we were going to send it to more donors, as I'm saying. And so we sent it out to more donors. And so we dropped down to $5,000 and above. And the same thing happened. We started receiving more gifts. And so then we dropped down to $1,000 above. And so now, though, we're at the position to where we're able to send them to all our donors, and we send it out through a mail house. So a mail house sort of we put together the letter, we send it over there, they send it back to us, we edit it, we send it out. So that's how you grow it. You start at your top, you track it, you show the growth, drop down a little further, track it, show the growth, drop down further, track it, show the growth. And then after maybe a year or two, you're now sending monthly mailers to all of your donors. And so when they take your phone call, when they see that you're calling on the phone, they take your phone call because they've received letters from you. And really, that's your 6 thank yous. You're supposed to do 6 or 7 thank yous. You're sending 12. You can never say thank you enough. And often we'll do a communication audit, and it's pretty informal. We'll go to lunch with a few of our donors, and sometimes we'll send a little more formal. We'll send out a survey, and we'll ask people, what do they think about our communications? How are we reaching out to them, soliciting them, acknowledging them, and inviting them, and various other categories. And every year when we do that, we are considered in the top tier of communications to our donors. And many of these donors are big donors, and so they give to big organizations, universities, hospitals, national nonprofit organizations, and they say we consistently rank in the top 1 or 2%. And the reason is because of the direct mail. The reason is because of the monthly mailer. The monthly mailer just drives it home. And I'm going to give you a case study. I always like to sort of illustrate the power of the monthly mailer. So we, excuse me. So we had a salon at one of our donors' homes. This was a number of years ago. And it was a fantastic salon, too. It was really nice. She had a lovely home. She had wealthy supporters that were her friends, and we had donors in that area. So it was a very well-done salon. And in the salon, I ended up meeting a donor and his wife, donors. And they ended up writing us a check for $5,000. And as you recall, that's not the purpose of the salon. We don't go there to raise money. We go to salons to raise friends. But anyway, some people are moved and feel the need to give us support, and we gladly accept it. So anyway, he gave us a check for $5,000 the night of. And so we were really happy, and we put him on our monthly mailer list. You give $1,000, you're going on our monthly mailer. But now, at the time, that was $1,000. Now it's everybody. So we put him on the monthly mailer, and, somebody gives you $5,000, you want to go out and meet them for lunch and, get to know them and all that. And so we tried to reach out to them. We sent letters. We got no response. We couldn't get them. We sent letters from our president. We couldn't get them on the phone. They just would not call us back. And so we kept them on the monthly mailer because they would send checks every once in a while. So we just kept them, and we gave up trying to catch them on the phone. If a donor wants you to call them, they'll call you back. If they don't, they don't. So stop trying to overdo it. So a few years passed, and another organization that's connected to one of our organizations, they're sort of the overarching organization, reached out to them. And they responded to them because for various reasons, they had, stronger connections with that organization. So they reached out to them, and they asked them to give a relatively large gift, a very large gift, actually. It was, I think it was over $3 million. It was a very large gift. And they decided to do it. They said, okay, yeah, we would love to do that. But we want a significant portion of that to go to this organization, which was our organization. And it was $500,000. $500,000 to our organization. And remember, as I told you, we met them one time at a salon, and all we could do was send them monthly mailers. That was the only correspondence that we sent them. And so we get a phone call from the overarching organization, and they say, hey, I just wanted to give you guys some good news. One of your donors is giving you a $500,000 gift. And so we're like, oh, my goodness. And so we're like, who is it? So we figure out. So we're like, oh, my gosh, he gave us $500,000. That's fantastic. So finally, he and his wife decide to meet us for lunch. So we go down there, we meet him for lunch. And finally, I was able to get him alone. And I said, so, Mr. Donor, why did you support us at the level of $500,000? I mean, we appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, I couldn't get you on the phone. I couldn't get you to call me back. So what was it do you know what he said to me? He said, I've been reading about the amazing things you've been doing. And so I wanted to support you. The only amazing thing that he was reading was the monthly mailer that we sent to him. It was the monthly mailer. So I just want you to be aware that when you send something short, sweet, it's a thank you, and it's connecting the donor to that, it's quite powerful. Sometimes I will go to our donor's home for a visit. The monthly mailer will be magnetized on the refrigerator. So in many situations where you can't get in, where the direct mail piece won't get in, they won't call you back, the monthly mailer slips in and does its job. And so that's why this is my favorite communication tool to large groups of donors. Well, what do you think? You love it, don't you? Well, what are you waiting for? For information about the monthly mailer, you can email me at info@wearenfm.com. That's info@wearenfm.com. And I'll send you a draft of a monthly mailer so you can have an idea of what it looks like, as well as the notes for this video presentation. And as I said before, it will be linked down below in the description so you can find it there. And please, if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell. That way you'll know the next time I upload another video. And please share this video with others that you think that it might help. And as always, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate you taking the time. Also, let me know what your communication tools are. What are your favorite tools? And let me know what you would like me to cover next week or the following week. Have a great day. This is Paul Hosh signing off. I'll see you next week.